As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In today's fast-paced world, it seems we're constantly trying to grasp control over everything around us, from our careers to our relationships, and even the unpredictable nature of global events. But how often does this struggle to manage the uncontrollable leave us feeling stressed and overwhelmed? This is where the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a refreshing perspective. Rather than wrestling with external forces, Stoicism invites us to channel our energy into what truly lies within our influence. Imagine seeing challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth by focusing on our responses rather than the circumstances themselves. Today's exploration of Stoic exercises will guide us in implementing these powerful principles into our daily lives, allowing us to embrace tranquility and resilience amidst life's uncertainties. Let's embark on this journey to uncover how we can reshape our approach to life's inevitable twists and turns by honing in on the elements we truly have the power to influence. So, where does true control really lie? Is it in the daily hustle to manage the external world, or does it rest within ourselves? According to Stoic philosophy, the answer is clear. True control comes from mastering our internal thoughts and actions. The Stoics teach us that while we cannot dictate the events that unfold around us, we can certainly govern our responses to them. Seneca, one of the most profound Stoic thinkers, eloquently stated, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This idea emphasizes that mastery over our desires leads to inner richness and control. Consider a scenario we've all faced at some point: receiving criticism at work or in our personal lives. It's so easy to let negative feedback weigh us down, triggering a cascade of emotions like anger, defensiveness, or even self-doubt. This emotional turmoil often feels outside our control, yet the Stoics present a different perspective. They suggest that while we cannot stop what others say, we wield the power over how we interpret and respond to their words. By pausing to reflect before reacting, we can choose to take constructive feedback as an opportunity for growth rather than letting it damage our self-esteem. Imagine someone at your job points out a mistake in front of your colleagues. Your immediate, visceral response might be to feel embarrassed or offended. But what if instead you took a deep breath and viewed this as a chance to learn? You might ask yourself, what can I improve from this experience? Or how can I use this moment to foster resilience? By doing so, you exercise control over your internal dialogue and prevent a potentially negative situation from influencing your peace of mind. This is the essence of emotional regulation, a crucial skill in the Stoic toolkit. Emotional regulation allows us to maintain serenity amid life's storms, helping us steer our reactions with intention rather than impulse. It's not about suppressing feelings, but understanding them and choosing the best course of action. Now, let's reflect on our own lives. How do you typically respond to criticism or challenging feedback? Are there moments when your emotions take the driver's seat, leading you away from rational, thoughtful action? As you ponder these questions, consider viewing each response as a reflection of where your control lies, not in the situations themselves, but in your approach to them. This introspection is a powerful tool. By assessing your internal reactions, you begin to redraw the lines of your influence, sharpening your focus on what's truly within your grasp. Remember, the path to inner mastery is not about achieving perfection, but about making conscious decisions that align with your values and principles. So, take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, how can I cultivate a mindset where my thoughts and actions lead me, rather than the whims of the external world? By doing this, you progressively move towards a life of peace, resilience, and true control. acceptance is at the heart of Stoic philosophy, serving as a cornerstone for navigating the unpredictable nature of life. In a world where change is the only constant, the ability to accept what we cannot change becomes a powerful tool. The teachings of Stoicism guide us to not just endure what happens to us, but to embrace it with equanimity and grace. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, profoundly encapsulates this idea when he says, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." This quote strikes at the essence of acceptance. It suggests that peace and contentment arise not from resisting the tides of fortune, but from understanding our limited control over external events and focusing on what we can govern, our reactions and attitudes. Let's delve into a historical lens that illustrates the power of acceptance. Consider the story of the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, whose reign was marked by continual warfare and turmoil. Despite the chaos surrounding him, Marcus Aurelius is remembered for his remarkable ability to maintain calm and focus. This was largely due to his adherence to Stoic principles, particularly acceptance. He understood that while he could not control the unfolding of events, he could govern how he responded to them. This mindset allowed him to lead effectively and with integrity, despite the unpredictable nature of the world around him. We can further explore the role of acceptance through a more recent example. Imagine a person unexpectedly losing their job, a daunting scenario that many face. The initial reaction might be panic or despair, feelings that are natural and human. However, employing Stoic acceptance involves acknowledging the situation without letting it define one's worth or future. Instead of ruminating on the loss, the individual could choose to view this as an opportunity to explore new career paths or develop skills that align more closely with personal passions. Acceptance here doesn't imply passivity. Rather, it's an active engagement with reality as it is, paving the way for constructive and adaptive actions. Reflecting on our own lives, we can identify areas where practicing acceptance could enhance our well-being. Consider the emotional energy spent on wishing things were different, whether it's traffic that causes us to be late, a relationship that didn't unfold as hoped, or the countless smaller frustrations of daily life. In each of these instances, acceptance can act as a balm, allowing us to release the tension of resistance and focus instead on what lies within our sphere of influence. What would it be like to practice acceptance in your own life? To truly embrace the unpredictable with a sense of calm, start by identifying aspects of your life where acceptance could create a shift. Perhaps it's as simple as acknowledging that a missed opportunity opens the door for another, or understanding that a relationship's end could lead to personal growth. Every acceptance is an opportunity to reduce stress and cultivate a deeper sense of peace. In practicing acceptance, we equip ourselves to handle life's challenges with resilience and poise. It transforms how we perceive obstacles, turning them into stepping stones rather than roadblocks. So take a moment to consider, in what ways can accepting the ebb and flow of life energize your journey towards personal tranquility and fulfillment? By integrating acceptance into our daily lives, we not only align with the wisdom of the Stoics, but we also set the stage for a life marked by serene and purposeful living. Life is a continuous stream of change. The relentless flow of time means that nothing stays the same forever. This concept of impermanence can often seem daunting, especially when we find comfort in stability and predictability. Yet the Stoics teach us that embracing the ever-changing nature of life can lead to profound peace and reduction in stress, particularly over things we cannot control. Marcus Aurelius, renowned for his philosophical meditations, encapsulated this idea beautifully when he wrote, "Observe constantly that all things take place by change, and accustom yourself to consider that the nature of the universe loves nothing so much as to change the things which are and to make new things like them. This quote invites us to view change not as something to fear, but as an inherent part of the universe's tapestry, an ongoing process that brings about both endings and new beginnings. Consider the common experience of a career change. For many, the prospect of leaving a familiar job can elicit a mixture of excitement and anxiety. It is a tangible reminder of life's impermanence. Perhaps it's a decision made voluntarily, ushering in a new opportunity and the promise of growth. Or maybe it comes unexpectedly, a result of corporate restructuring or economic shifts. Regardless of the circumstances, how we perceive and respond to this change can greatly influence our emotional and mental well-being. Embracing the impermanence of our careers can ultimately be liberating. Instead of clinging to the past or fearing the unknown, we can recognize that each shift may bring unexpected opportunities. This mindset allows us to adapt and thrive rather than resist and stagnate. It involves seeing career changes as part of a natural cycle of renewal and personal evolution. Let's take a moment to reflect on how impermanence plays out in other areas of life. Relationships, for instance, evolve over time. Friendships may deepen or drift apart. Our health and fitness might fluctuate. Even our interests and passions are not static, they grow and change as we do. By understanding the transient nature of all these aspects, we can release the grip of anxiety and find comfort in the present moment. Rather than fearing the passage of time or the inevitability of change, we can ask ourselves, how can I embrace this moment fully, knowing that it too shall pass? How does understanding the impermanence of life enable me to cherish what I have now without fearing its potential loss? As you ponder these questions, think about the areas in your life where this understanding can bring peace. Is it in your work, your relationships, or perhaps your personal goals and ambitions? By recognizing impermanence, you grant yourself the freedom to adapt, to let go of what no longer serves you, and to welcome the new with an open heart. In embracing impermanence, we align ourselves with the natural order of life, reducing stress and cultivating a mindset of acceptance. This doesn't mean we become passive or indifferent, but rather that we approach each moment with mindfulness, aware of its fleeting beauty. So, reflect on your own life. How does the concept of impermanence affect your perspective? What freedom might you find by letting go of the need to control the uncontrollable and instead flowing with the changing currents of existence? As we deepen our understanding of this ancient wisdom, we equip ourselves to live more fully with grace and resilience in the face of life's inevitable changes. Have you ever found yourself physically present in a room but mentally miles away? Perhaps you're nodding along in a conversation while internally replaying a past event or worrying about future plans. This phenomenon is all too common in our fast-paced lives, where distractions abound and the art of being truly present can feel elusive. Yet, the Stoics, with their profound wisdom on living a fulfilling life, emphasize the importance of grounding ourselves in the moment. This practice of mindfulness aligns seamlessly with Stoic principles, reminding us to focus on the here and now rather than being trapped in the past or anxious about the future. Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This quote distills a core Stoic belief that our peace and contentment are most potent when we immerse ourselves in the present. Rather than allowing our minds to wander or linger on what we cannot change, mindfulness invites us to engage fully with the moment at hand. It is a practice that not only fosters tranquility, but also enhances our appreciation for life's fleeting beauty. To cultivate mindfulness, we can borrow from practices that are both ancient and modern, such as meditation and deep breathing exercises. These methods anchor our thoughts and draw our attention to the simplicity of the present moment. When practicing deep breathing, for instance, we focus solely on the rhythm of our breath, slowly inhaling and exhaling, which creates a spacious awareness devoid of intrusive thoughts. This meditative state helps calm the mind and refocus our attention away from the relentless hum of daily concerns. Imagine starting your day with a few minutes of mindful breathing. As you sit quietly, focus on your breathing and let go of any tension with each exhale. This simple act can transform how you approach the rest of your day, allowing you to meet tasks and interactions with greater clarity and calm. By doing so, you not only cultivate a stronger presence but also enhance your capacity to handle challenges with equanimity. Now, think about moments in your daily life when you find yourself distracted, whether it's mindlessly scrolling through your phone, worrying about a deadline, or rehearsing a conversation in your mind. How often do these distractions pull you away from fully experiencing what is happening in the now? Mindfulness, as taught by the Stoics, encourages us to bring our wandering thoughts back to the present, to notice and engage with our environment and the people around us. Consider this: how would practicing mindfulness alter your experience of daily activities? From sipping your morning coffee to interacting with loved ones, mindfulness can transform routine actions into opportunities for genuine connection and appreciation. It's in these moments of presence that we find the richness of life, the subtle joys, the meaningful interactions, the simple truths. As you reflect on these ideas, ask yourself, what are some ways I can incorporate mindfulness into my daily routine? How might being more present transform not only my personal peace but also my relationships and experiences? By embracing the Stoic practice of mindfulness, you open yourself to the full spectrum of what life offers, cultivating a profound sense of gratitude and a deeper connection to the world around you. In doing so, you not only honor the wisdom of the Stoics but also enhance your journey towards a balanced and fulfilling life. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, there's a fascinating concept referred to as voluntary discomfort. This practice, though seemingly counterintuitive in our comfort-driven society, is a powerful tool for building resilience. It's about deliberately stepping outside our comfort zones to strengthen our ability to endure life's inevitable challenges. As Epictetus wisely observed, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. This insight highlights the transformative potential embedded within discomfort, urging us to embrace rather than avoid it. Let's delve deeper into this idea by considering some practical applications. Take fasting, for instance. At first glance, fasting might appear to be a mere physical challenge. However, its benefits extend much further. By foregoing food for a period, we not only test our physical endurance but also nurture our mental fortitude. Fasting teaches us to withstand the pangs of hunger, forcing us to confront and manage our desires. It shines a light on our reliance on external comforts and shows us that we can indeed function without immediate gratification. Over time, these lessons in self-control and patience seep into other areas of life where perseverance is required. Another practical example of embracing voluntary discomfort is taking cold showers. This might sound trivial, yet it is a profound exercise in cultivating resilience. Each time you step into the cold flow of water, you confront initial shock and discomfort head-on. As you adjust, your body and mind learn to cope with the unexpected, reducing stress reactions to other sudden changes in your environment. Gradually, this practice enhances your ability to remain calm and composed in the face of life's inevitable curveballs. Reflecting on personal experiences, there are countless moments where embracing discomfort has led to growth. Consider a time when you felt awkward or out of place, like the first day at a new job or moving to a new city. Initially, these experiences might have been riddled with uncertainty or fear, yet they often become periods of intense personal development. By pushing through the initial unease, we often emerge more adaptable, confident, and capable of conquering future challenges. In contemplating your own life, think about the discomforts you might have intentionally or unintentionally faced. What lessons did they impart? How did they shape who you are today? Perhaps it was the discomfort of learning a new skill or the vulnerability experienced in expressing emotions candidly. Each of these instances, while uncomfortable, contributed to a deeper understanding of your own strength and resilience. By embracing voluntary discomfort, we align with a core Stoic principle, the pursuit of excellence through deliberate practice and endurance. It's about recognizing that growth often comes from the places that challenge us most. This doesn't mean seeking out hardship unnecessarily, but rather being open to life's natural ebb and flow of comfort and challenge. With each step into discomfort, we build a reservoir of resilience, equipping ourselves to face whatever life throws our way with courage and composure. As you ponder these thoughts, consider how you might integrate voluntary discomfort into your daily routine. Could it be by trying a new activity that feels daunting? Or perhaps by reducing reliance on digital distractions to explore solitude? Each small step into discomfort can foster incredible growth. So ask yourself, how can I embrace discomfort as an ally in my journey towards becoming more resilient and grounded? By doing so, you not only honor the wisdom of the Stoics, but also pave the way for a life marked by strength and adaptability in the face of life's challenges. Have you ever wondered how much of your stress is shaped not by the events themselves, but by the way you perceive them? This brings us to the concept of cognitive reframing, a powerful Stoic exercise that reshapes our mental approach to life's challenges. Imagine changing the lens through which you view the world, turning obstacles into stepping stones and setbacks into lessons. It's like having a mental toolkit that helps transform seemingly negative experiences into opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius, in his timeless writings, touches on this very idea when he says, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This profound insight captures the heart of cognitive reframing. Our external reality is deeply influenced by our internal mindset. By consciously adjusting how we interpret events, we can profoundly impact our emotional responses and overall well-being. Let's consider an everyday scenario: facing rejection after applying for a dream job. The initial emotional response might be disappointment or self-doubt, feelings that can easily spiral into a negative mindset. But what if instead we viewed this rejection through a different lens? By reframing the situation, we might see it as an opportunity to refine our skills, network further, or even discover a new path that better aligns with our true passions. This shift in perspective not only alleviates the sting of rejection, but also injects motivation and hope into an otherwise discouraging experience. Another example could be dealing with challenging feedback in a creative endeavor. Imagine you've put your heart into a project only to receive criticism. At first, this might feel like a personal attack, potentially stifling your enthusiasm. However, by employing cognitive reframing, this criticism can be viewed as constructive input that hones your craft and pushes you towards excellence. Instead of seeing feedback as an obstacle, you perceive it as valuable guidance. This practice of reframing isn't about denying reality or creating a false sense of positivity. Rather, it's about adopting a balanced and constructive perspective that acknowledges the situation as it is while focusing on aspects that foster personal growth. It's akin to finding clarity in chaos, where you identify the positive potential amidst the noise of adversity. Reflect on how cognitive reframing can alter your personal challenges. Consider a time when you were overwhelmed by a circumstance, whether it was a personal setback, a professional roadblock, or a difficult relationship. How did you initially perceive the situation? What might have changed if you approached it with a mindset that sought lessons and opportunities for growth? By integrating cognitive reframing into our daily routines, we tune our minds to seek the silver linings in life's clouds. This not only reduces stress but also builds resilience, enabling us to bounce back from difficulties with greater ease and grace. The practice encourages us to become active participants in shaping our mental landscape, leading to a richer, more fulfilling life. As you ponder these concepts, ask yourself, how can reframing your thoughts transform the challenges you face today? What new possibilities could emerge if you viewed obstacles not as dead ends but as detours leading you closer to personal growth and self-discovery? By embracing the Stoic exercise of cognitive reframing, you not only empower yourself to navigate life's ups and downs with wisdom and poise, but also cultivate a mindset that thrives amidst the challenges of existence. Imagine observing your life from the sidelines like a spectator at a play. How might your perspective shift? This technique, known as self-distancing, is a cornerstone of Stoic practice, offering remarkable clarity and reducing emotional reactivity. By stepping back and viewing situations as an outsider, we begin to disentangle ourselves from the immediacy of our emotions, allowing for a more objective and constructive perspective. Seneca, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, wisely advised, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This insight underlines how our minds can amplify challenges through subjective, often irrational fears or anxieties. By practicing self-distancing, we create space between our immediate emotions and the broader context of the situation, effectively reducing the suffering that arises from our heightened emotional responses. One practical way to cultivate self-distancing is through journaling, a practice that aligns beautifully with Stoic principles. When you write about a troubling event, your thoughts transform from swirling abstractions into tangible words on a page. This process forces you to slow down and articulate your feelings, prompting deeper analysis and reflection. As you pour your thoughts into writing, you assume the role of both observer and narrator, naturally fostering a self-distanced view. Imagine you're confronting a conflict at work. By journaling, you can document the situation from multiple angles, your own, that of your colleague, and even an impartial onlooker. This exercise not only clarifies the problem, but also illuminates potential solutions that might have been obscured by emotional fog. It's like holding a mirror up to your thoughts, revealing insights that were previously hidden. Another effective technique is visualizing how someone else might handle the issue. Picture yourself as a wise mentor offering counsel to someone in your exact position. How would you advise them to proceed? What steps would seem rational and fair from this external viewpoint? This exercise encourages empathy and broadens your understanding of the situation, often leading to more balanced and pragmatic solutions. Let's make this personal. Think about a recent challenge you faced. How might your approach differ if you viewed the scenario from an outsider's perspective? Would the intensity of your emotions diminish? Could the path to resolution become clearer? By practicing self-distancing, you may find that issues lose their grip on your emotional state, allowing you to respond with calm confidence. In our fast-paced lives, we often become entangled in the immediate pressures of the day. Self-distancing offers a vital pause button, a tool to recalibrate our perception and approach issues with a Stoic mindset. This practice isn't about detachment in the sense of not caring, but rather about approaching situations with a balanced, thoughtful, and objective frame of mind. As we explore this concept, consider how you can integrate self-distancing into your daily routine. Could starting or ending your day with a few moments of reflective journaling make a difference? Or maybe take a moment during stressful times to visualize how someone you admire might handle the situation. By employing these techniques, you'll enhance your ability to view challenges from various perspectives, leading to more effective problem-solving and emotional resilience. In embracing self-distancing, we align ourselves with the Stoic wisdom that teaches us to see beyond our immediate emotional reactions and recognize the broader tapestry of life's experiences. So, as you reflect on these ideas, ask yourself, how can stepping back and viewing my life through the eyes of an observer transform the way I handle daily challenges? By cultivating this practice, you not only honor the legacy of Stoic thought, but also pave the way for a more serene and mindful approach to life. Have you ever paused to consider the difference between the things you have control over and those that lie beyond your reach? It's a fundamental question that Stoicism addresses through the dichotomy of control, a clear framework that helps us focus our energies wisely. Imagine standing at a crossroads with two separate paths stretching out before you. One path represents everything under your control, your thoughts, intentions, and actions. The other path diverges towards those vast territories you cannot govern, other people's actions, the past, and fate itself. Understanding which is the key to a peaceful and resilient life. Epictetus, whose teachings reverberate with timeless wisdom, famously stated, "Some things are in our control while others are not." This straightforward yet profound insight forms the bedrock of the Stoic philosophy, encouraging us to channel our efforts where they can truly make a difference. Let's deepen our understanding of this concept with an analogy. Picture a gardener tending to a modest plot. The gardener can decide how diligently to plant, water, and nurture the seeds. These actions are within their control. However, the weather, pests, and the eventual yield of the crop are not within the gardener's hands. By focusing on the work within their control, the care and attention to the plants, the gardener maximizes potential success and finds contentment regardless of external outcomes. To illustrate the dichotomy of control further, let's apply it to a common scenario in relationships. Imagine you've just had a disagreement with a close friend. You might desperately wish for them to understand your perspective and respond with empathy. However, the Stoic approach guides you to reflect on what you can actually control, your ability to communicate clearly, listen with an open heart, and approach the situation with genuine compassion. You cannot control their reaction or feelings, but you can shape your own responses and intentions, laying the groundwork for constructive dialogue and mutual understanding. Now let's turn this lens inward. Consider the stressors in your own life. Grab a pen and paper and take a moment to list out what's stressing you. As you jot down each concern, ask yourself, is this something I can control or is it beyond my influence? Create two columns, label one as within my control and the other as beyond my control. Place each stressor into its appropriate category. This exercise isn't just about sorting your worries, it's about liberating yourself from the burdens of trying to control the uncontrollable. By doing this, you begin to focus your energy on proactive steps you can take, filtering out the noise of what lies beyond your reach. This practice of discerning control not only reduces anxiety but empowers you to lead a more intentional life. By dedicating your thoughts and actions to what genuinely lies within your grasp, you foster a sense of agency and peace even amidst life's uncertainties. As you reflect on this exercise, think about how embracing the dichotomy of control can transform your daily interactions and decision-making processes. How differently might you approach your challenges, knowing that your true power resides in your thoughts, actions, and choices? By integrating this Stoic principle into your life, you align with a philosophy that has guided countless individuals toward a life of inner tranquility and resilience. So take a moment today to reflect on your realm of control and consider how focusing on this sphere can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling existence. With each conscious choice, you not only honor the wisdom of the Stoics, but also pave the way for lasting personal growth and serenity. Have you ever considered the role of gratitude in your daily life? How often do you pause to appreciate the small moments, the everyday interactions, and the simple joys that weave the fabric of your existence? In Stoicism, gratitude is not merely a fleeting feeling but a profound practice that grounds us amid life's turmoil. Marcus Aurelius, the esteemed Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This statement beautifully captures the essence of Stoic gratitude, an acknowledgement of the inherent value and opportunity present in every moment we experience. Gratitude within Stoicism serves as a powerful tool to shift our focus from what we lack to what we already possess. It aligns our perspective with an appreciation for the present, drawing us away from yearning and discontent. In a world often obsessed with achieving more and more, gratitude reminds us to cherish what we have, fostering contentment and peace. A practical way to cultivate this mindset is through gratitude journaling. This simple yet transformative practice involves taking a few moments each day to write down things you are grateful for. By intentionally reflecting on positive aspects of your life, you reinforce a mindset of appreciation. The process of documenting gratitude illuminates the abundance that surrounds you, often unnoticed amidst the hustle and bustle. Imagine beginning or ending your day with a gratitude journaling session. You might start with reflecting on the warmth of the sun on a chilly morning, the kindness in a stranger's smile, or the supportive words of a friend. These reflections, once written, become a tapestry of positivity that you can revisit whenever you feel overwhelmed or disheartened. So, let's delve into a practical scenario, reflecting on a day filled with challenges. Perhaps it was an exhausting day at work, or you faced a personal setback. Amidst this chaos, gratitude journaling invites you to find the silver linings. It could be gratitude for a colleague's support, the comfort of a hot meal, or even the resilience you displayed despite adversity. By focusing on these positives, you gradually reshape your outlook, training your mind to see blessings rather than burdens. Now think of your own daily habits. How often do you consciously practice gratitude? What routines can you integrate to highlight appreciation for life's blessings? Take a moment to reflect on how expressing gratitude, whether through journaling, meditation, or verbal acknowledgement, can imbue your day with positivity. Gratitude in Stoicism isn't just a practice, it's a way of being. It opens a window to the richness of life, enabling us to live more fully and joyously despite external circumstances. As you explore this practice, consider how regularly acknowledging gratitude can transform how you relate to yourself and the world around you. So, I invite you to begin or deepen your gratitude practice. Perhaps you could start by noting down 3 things you're grateful for each morning or evening. How might this simple shift in focus enhance your perspective? What changes could unfold in your life by nurturing a heart full of gratitude? By cultivating gratitude, we align with the Stoic ideal of appreciating life as it is. This practice not only enriches our understanding of the world, but also strengthens our capacity for resilience and joy. So, as you ponder these ideas, ask yourself, how can gratitude become a guiding light in my daily life, offering clarity, contentment, and a renewed sense of purpose? In doing so, you embrace a Stoic mindset that resonates with harmony and balance, enriching your journey through life. In our quest for happiness, we often find ourselves clinging to various attachments, whether they be material possessions, status, relationships, or even certain ideals. These attachments, while seemingly harmless, can often lead to an undercurrent of dissatisfaction and unrest if not kept in check. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, offer a liberating path through the practice of detachment. Seneca, the profound Stoic philosopher, once remarked, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This insight strikes at the core of our attachment to possessions. The more we covet and cling, the more we find ourselves bound by the chains of desire and fear of loss. By embracing detachment, we untether ourselves from the anxiety tied to what we possess and the constant chase for more. Consider the physical manifestation of attachment, clutter. Our homes, often reflections of our mental state, can become crowded with items accumulated over time. These possessions, far from just being objects, often hold emotional weight and symbolic significance, memories of the past or representations of our identity. However, clutter can also symbolize mental fog and the chaos of unexamined consumerism. Decluttering offers a tangible exercise in detachment. By evaluating each item and its true necessity or value to us, we practice letting go. This process can be immensely freeing, not just physically but emotionally and psychologically. As spaces clear, so does the mind, allowing room for serenity, creativity, and focus. The act of removing the unnecessary helps us rediscover what truly matters, honing our appreciation for simplicity and intention. But detachment doesn't solely pertain to material goods. It extends to our habits, beliefs, and even relationships. It's important to recognize that detachment in Stoic philosophy doesn't mean abandonment or apathy. Rather, it's about cultivating a balanced perspective where our happiness isn't dependent on external factors. It empowers us to enjoy our relationships and engagements without being governed by them, embracing love and commitment without the grip of fear and insecurity. Reflect for a moment on where attachments might be holding you back. Are there areas in your life where a sense of possession or control creates stress or disappointment? Perhaps it's the desire for professional recognition, the need to meet certain societal standards, or maintaining a particular self-image. By identifying these areas, you can begin to apply Stoic detachment, focusing on internal rather than external validation. Consider this: what would happen if you approached these attachments with a mindset of inquiry rather than possession? What if you examined the underlying reasons for your attachments and consciously chose to loosen your grip on those that no longer serve you? This mindful assessment could reveal paths to personal freedom and greater emotional resilience. As we explore the idea of letting go, remember that this is not a call to divest ourselves of all possessions or relationships, but to approach them with a balanced attitude. Detachment allows us to enjoy life's pleasures and face its challenges with equanimity, fostering a sense of peace that is not swayed by external circumstances. In adopting this Stoic practice, we learn to navigate life's ebb and flow with grace, appreciating abundance without clinging, and engaging with life's experiences with a liberated spirit. So, take a moment to reflect. Where in your life could letting go lead to a more grounded and fulfilling existence? By embracing detachment, you not only honor the wisdom of the Stoics, but also pave the way for a life rich with clarity, purpose, and true contentment. Have you ever paused to consider the benefits of living a simpler life? In a world filled with constant noise, rapid technological advances, and the perpetual chase for more, the concept of simplicity often feels both alluring and elusive. How might our lives transform if we embraced simplicity not just as a lifestyle choice but as a fundamental value? The Stoics, wise navigators of human existence, teach us that simplicity is not merely about reducing clutter, but about cultivating a life aligned with our true values. Epictetus, one of the most celebrated Stoic philosophers, poignantly stated, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Herein lies the core of Stoic simplicity, a practice that, far from being Spartan or lacking, is rich with intentionality and clarity. Living simply aligns seamlessly with Stoic values by fostering moderation, mindfulness, and a focus on what truly matters. It challenges us to evaluate our possessions, habits, and desires, compelling us to discern what is necessary from what is superfluous. This practice invites us to relinquish the frivolous in pursuit of a more meaningful existence, unburdened by the unnecessary. Consider, for example, the act of downsizing your living space. In doing so, you might discover that with fewer belongings, you enjoy a greater sense of freedom and focus. A smaller home encourages you to prioritize quality over quantity, choosing possessions that truly add value to your life. This shift not only simplifies your daily routine, reducing the time spent on cleaning and maintenance, but also enhances your capacity to appreciate the subtle joys of living, making room for experiences and relationships that enrich your life. Simplifying routines extends beyond physical space and material possessions. It can also apply to how we structure our days. Imagine starting your morning with a streamlined routine that includes a few intentional activities, a short meditation, a moment of gratitude, or a walk in nature. By intentionally curating how you begin your day, you set a tone of mindfulness and calm, minimizing the chaos that can arise from a haphazard start. These practices of voluntary simplicity echo the Stoic pursuit of inner peace and self-control. They remind us to focus on what we can control, our choices and attitudes, and to approach life with intention. By reducing complexity, we create space for clarity of thought, serenity of mind, and depth of emotion, all pillars of Stoic philosophy. Now, let's turn this reflection inward. How might embracing simplicity alter your life? Consider areas where complexity is causing stress or distraction. This could be an overcommitted schedule, an overstuffed wardrobe, or even a digital life cluttered with apps and notifications. What might you let go of to foster a sense of balance and tranquility? As you ponder these questions, take a moment to identify one area of your life that might benefit from simplification. Perhaps it's how you allocate your time, or the way you engage with technology, or even the relationships you nurture. By choosing to simplify, you take a deliberate step toward a life that mirrors Stoic wisdom, one that is intentional, centered, and deeply fulfilling. Practicing voluntary simplicity not only aligns with Stoic ideals, but also offers a tangible pathway to a life of contentment and purpose. So, I invite you to consider, what complexities in your life can you simplify, and how might this choice enrich your journey? By embracing simplicity, you not only illuminate the path to personal peace, but also honor the Stoic legacy of living in harmony with our values and the world around us. What role does community play in our personal growth? In a world that often champions individual achievement and independence, it's worth pausing to consider the profound impact that community and interconnectedness can have on our lives. Stoicism, with its rich tapestry of teachings, emphasizes the importance of collective well-being and the strength derived from our ties with others. Marcus Aurelius, a profound Stoic thinker, reminds us, "What brings no benefit to the hive brings none to the bee." This powerful quote encapsulates the Stoic belief in the intrinsic link between personal well-being and the health of the community. It suggests that our individual progress is deeply connected to the prosperity of those around us, and that in nurturing the community, we nurture ourselves. The Stoics understood that humans are inherently social creatures, woven into the fabric of larger human society. They valued the concept of cosmopolitanism, which views all people as fellow citizens of the world. This perspective encourages a sense of solidarity and responsibility toward others, recognizing that our actions ripple beyond the boundaries of our personal lives. Consider the tangible ways we can engage with and contribute to our communities, be it through volunteering, joining local groups, or participating in community initiatives. These activities embody the Stoic principle of contributing to the greater good and foster a sense of belonging and purpose. When we volunteer, for example, we step outside of our individual concerns and contribute to causes that elevate the collective welfare. This not only benefits those we help, but also enriches our own lives by cultivating empathy, patience, and humility. Imagine volunteering at a local food bank. As you interact with diverse individuals and form connections, you begin to see life's challenges from different perspectives. These interactions expand your understanding, deepen your compassion, and strengthen your social bonds. As you give your time and energy, you also receive invaluable lessons in resilience, adaptability, and gratitude, qualities that bolster your personal growth. Community involvement, therefore, is not a mere social obligation. It is a powerful catalyst for personal resilience. By engaging with others, we develop support networks that provide strength during times of adversity. These networks offer guidance, encouragement, and a sense of shared experience that can be immensely comforting when facing challenges. The collective wisdom and support we gain from being part of a community act as a buffer against life's uncertainties, enhancing our ability to cope and thrive. Reflect on your own experiences within communities, whether they be familial, social, or professional. How have these connections contributed to your growth and resilience? Perhaps you've experienced a time when the encouragement of friends helped you navigate a difficult period, or you found joy and fulfillment in supporting others. These experiences underscore the Stoic understanding that personal and communal well-being are intertwined. As we contemplate the role of community in our lives, let us remember that by contributing to the greater good, we not only enhance the lives of others but also enrich our own. This interconnectedness serves as a reminder that our actions, however small, have the potential to create positive change far beyond ourselves. So, as you reflect on these Stoic ideals, consider how you might deepen your connection to your community. What steps can you take to contribute more meaningfully, and how might this enrich both your life and the lives of those around you? By embracing the wisdom of Stoicism and emphasizing community, we can foster a more resilient, compassionate, and fulfilling existence, both individually and collectively. Imagine facing life's adversities not with resignation, but with a profound sense of acceptance and love for the journey itself. This concept, known as Ammaphati, or the love of fate, is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It encourages us to embrace everything that happens, good or bad, as a vital part of our personal story. It's not about passively accepting our circumstances, but about actively finding beauty and meaning in them, thereby transforming potential obstacles into sources of strength. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, beautifully encapsulates this idea when he says, "Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant." These words urge us to align our will with the rhythms of life, suggesting that by embracing what life throws at us, we can navigate its challenges with greater ease and fortitude. Consider historical figures who have embodied this philosophy, thriving despite adversity. One poignant example is Helen Keller, who, despite being blind and deaf from a young age, not only learned to communicate but also became an influential author and advocate for people with disabilities. Her ability to embrace her fate allowed her to transcend her limitations and make a remarkable impact on the world. Similarly, think of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who, despite enduring immense suffering in concentration camps, found meaning in his experiences and went on to develop logotherapy, a form of existential therapy that emphasizes finding purpose in life's challenges. Frankl's acceptance of his fate did not mean he loved the suffering itself, but rather he loved what he could learn from it and how it could shape his character and influence. These figures illustrate how Ammaphati empowers us to transform adversity into a catalyst for growth. By accepting our circumstances without bitterness, we cultivate resilience and mental fortitude. This mindset doesn't shy away from suffering, it acknowledges it as a teacher leading us to personal evolution. Reflect on your own life, consider moments of hardship or unexpected turns. How did these experiences shape you? What strengths emerged from the ashes of what initially seemed insurmountable? By reflecting on these questions, you may find that acceptance of fate often reveals an inner strength previously unknown. Embracing Ammaphati does not imply forsaking action or relinquishing personal agency. On the contrary, it encourages us to engage with life more fully. When we stop fighting against the tides of fate, we free ourselves to focus on what we can control: our responses, our choices, and our attitudes. This focus not only builds resilience but also fosters a profound sense of peace as we learn to navigate the ebb and flow of existence with grace and intention. As you consider how Ammaphati can play a role in your life, ask yourself, how might embracing everything that happens strengthen my character and contribute to my personal growth? What can I learn from the challenges I face, and how can these experiences shape a more resilient version of myself? By adopting this Stoic principle, we not only align ourselves with a philosophy of acceptance, but also equip ourselves to face life's uncertainties with courage and clarity. So, let's reflect on the words of Seneca and the examples of those who have thrived despite adversity. How can you cultivate a love of fate in your own life, using it to build fortitude and celebrate the journey? In doing so, you honor the Stoic legacy and embrace a path of strength and serenity, regardless of life's vicissitudes. In life, we often find ourselves caught up in the unpredictability of outcomes. We plan, we strive, and yet the results can still veer in directions unforeseen. This inherent uncertainty is precisely why the Stoics champion focusing on actions rather than outcomes. They teach us that while we may not have control over how things turn out, we do have complete governance over what we do, our intentions, our efforts, and our decisions. Epictetus, a profound architect of Stoic thought, articulates this philosophy succinctly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This quote encapsulates the very essence of Stoicism, the redirection of focus from what the world throws at us to how we face those challenges. By concentrating on the quality and sincerity of our actions, we cultivate a mindset that values process and integrity over external validation. Consider a career scenario where this perspective is invaluable. Imagine you're working on a significant project at work, a presentation, for example, that has the potential to advance your career. You pour hours into preparation, meticulously crafting each detail to ensure it aligns with your vision. However, when the day comes, factors beyond your control, technical issues, an unresponsive audience, or even an unexpected cancellation can thwart the intended outcome. In such situations, the Stoic focus on action reassures us that the true measure of success lies in the diligence and dedication with which we approach the task. Whether the audience applauds or the technology fails, the genuine effort and skill you applied remain your true accomplishments. Similarly, think about personal projects, perhaps learning a new language or training for a marathon. Despite your best efforts, mastery or completion might not always unfold as planned. In these instances, the discipline, patience, and perseverance you develop along the way are invaluable achievements in themselves. These qualities enrich your character, preparing you for future endeavors, irrespective of the immediate outcome. This Stoic emphasis on action fundamentally alters our relationship with stress and anxiety. When we fixate on results, marks of success that are often influenced by myriad external factors, we can become paralyzed by the fear of failure or unmet expectations. However, by shifting our attention to what we can control, our actions, we liberate ourselves from the burden of uncertainty. This approach fosters resilience as we learn to appreciate each step of the journey, regardless of destination. Reflect for a moment on how this shift in focus might impact your own life. Consider activities or goals where outcome-focused thinking has led to stress or disappointment. How might concentrating on your actions, the effort, the learning, the growth transform your experience? By valuing the journey over the end point, you cultivate a mindset of continual improvement and inner peace. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that by focusing on actions, we not only reduce stress but also open ourselves to a life where values and virtues guide us, rather than the ephemeral nature of success and failure. It empowers us to take ownership of our efforts, knowing that our true success is found in the sincerity and commitment with which we approach each day. As you ponder these insights, ask yourself, how can I integrate this Stoic practice into my daily routine? How might focusing on actions rather than outcomes reshape my approach to challenges and opportunities? Embracing this mindset not only honors the wisdom of the Stoics, but also paves the way for a life marked by courage, tranquility, and authentic fulfillment. Have you ever paused to reflect on how you respond to the challenges life throws your way? Are your reactions primarily guided by emotion, or do you lean on rationality to navigate these turbulent waters? In the world of Stoicism, this distinction is paramount. The Stoics champion rational thought as a tool for maintaining emotional equilibrium and achieving true detachment from life's uncontrollable elements. It is through rationality that we find the clarity needed to make decisions that align with our values and long-term goals, rather than being swayed by fleeting emotions. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, offers profound insight into the power of rational thinking. He wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This quote encapsulates the Stoic belief that a rational mind is fundamental to a harmonious life. It invites us to examine our thoughts, to ensure they are grounded in reason rather than being tossed about by the tides of passion and impulse. To bring this concept to life, let's explore the role of rationality in decision-making through the lens of critical thinking. Picture a scenario where you are faced with a significant life decision, such as choosing whether to accept a new job offer that requires relocating to a different city. An emotional response might dwell on fears of the unknown, the anxiety of leaving familiar surroundings, or the excitement of a fresh start. While these emotions are natural and valid, they can cloud judgment if they become the sole basis for your decision. Rational thinking, on the other hand, encourages a methodical approach. It prompts you to weigh the pros and cons objectively. What are the career advancements and personal growth opportunities? How would the relocation impact your personal life and relationships? Are there financial implications to consider? By engaging in this kind of critical evaluation, you make a decision that is not only well-informed but also congruent with your broader life aspirations. Reflect for a moment on your own decision-making processes. How often do emotions overshadow rationality in your choices? Consider a time when acting on impulse led to an outcome you might have avoided with more thoughtful consideration. Conversely, reflect on a scenario where rational analysis led to a fulfilling or beneficial outcome. How did this approach impact the quality of your decision? Emphasizing rationality does not mean dismissing emotions altogether. Instead, it involves acknowledging them while allowing reason to guide the course of action. By cultivating a rational mindset, we can approach situations more calmly and with greater wisdom, reducing stress and enhancing our ability to respond to life's unpredictable challenges with poise. This Stoic emphasis on rational thought offers a pathway to greater self-control and detachment from the whims of external circumstances. It empowers us to act deliberately and with purpose, nurturing decisions that reflect our true selves rather than momentary emotional states. As you watch this exploration of Stoic wisdom, consider how rationality affects your own life decisions. Are there areas where you could benefit from a more balanced approach, integrating both emotion and reason? By embracing the Stoic practice of rational thinking, you align yourself with a philosophy that champions clarity, resilience, and fulfillment. So, take a moment to reflect. How might incorporating more rational thought into your daily life transform the way you approach decisions and challenges? By cultivating this mindset, you not only honor the wisdom of Stoicism, but also pave the way for a life characterized by intentionality and enduring peace. Change is the one constant in life, an ever-present force that shapes our existence in ways both subtle and profound. From the changing of the seasons to the myriad transformations within our personal and professional lives, change is inevitable. The question then arises, how do we deal with this relentless tide? Stoicism, with its enduring wisdom, teaches us not only to accept change but to embrace it, viewing it as an essential part of the human experience. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, offers insight into this journey, stating, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." This quote captures the essence of Stoic thought on change, that every ending, every shift unfolds into the possibility of a new chapter. It reminds us that change is not an adversary to be feared, but a companion that can guide us toward growth and renewal. Consider the practical implications of this philosophy in the context of a changing career path. Imagine someone who has worked for years in a stable yet unfulfilling job. The initial thought of leaving might provoke fear and uncertainty. This is a common and natural reaction to change. However, by adopting a Stoic mindset, this person could view the career shift as an opportunity rather than a loss. The change becomes a platform for exploring new interests, gaining new skills, and perhaps discovering a vocation that aligns more closely with their values and passions. This perspective transforms a potentially distressing transition into a journey of exploration and personal development. Reflecting on personal adaptability to change, one might consider how past experiences of change have contributed to growth and learning. Think back to a major shift in your life, a move to a new city, a change in a significant relationship, or a sudden shift in responsibilities at work. Initially, these changes might have appeared daunting. However, by looking back, you might recognize the resilience, creativity, and flexibility you cultivated in response. These qualities likely arose from necessity, pushing you to adapt and thrive even in unfamiliar territory. By accepting change with open arms, we align ourselves with the Stoic principle of Ammaphati, or the love of fate. This means welcoming whatever life brings with acceptance, seeing each change not as a threat but as a growth opportunity. It's about understanding that while we cannot control the waves of change, we can learn to surf them, finding balance and joy in the process. Ask yourself, how have you adapted to changes in your life? What have you learned from these experiences, and how have they shaped who you are today? By recognizing the growth that emerges from change, you may find that each transition, while challenging, adds layers of depth and wisdom to your life narrative. As we delve deeper into this Stoic teaching, consider how embracing change can transform your mindset and actions. What would happen if you welcomed change not with resistance but with curiosity and courage? How might this shift in perspective enhance your ability to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with grace and resilience? Embracing change, as taught by the Stoics, allows us to live more fully in the present, preparing us for the future with an open heart and mind. By integrating this philosophy into your daily life, you not only honor the legacy of Stoic thought, but also pave the way for a life enriched by acceptance, adaptability, and continuous growth. In the vast realm of Stoic practices, there lies a powerful exercise known as negative visualization. This might sound counterintuitive at first. Why focus on the negative? But as the Stoics wisely teach us, by deliberately contemplating worst-case scenarios, we can prepare our minds and emotions to handle whatever life might bring. This exercise does not focus on pessimism, but rather builds resilience and fosters a deeper detachment from outcomes that are beyond our control. Epictetus, a revered Stoic philosopher, profoundly advised, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This quote encapsulates the essence of negative visualization. It reminds us that by accepting the possibility of loss or failure, we can learn to appreciate what we have in the present moment and reduce our dependence on specific outcomes for our happiness. Imagine you're embarking on a significant project at work, a proposal that could potentially elevate your career. Naturally, the stakes feel high and the pressure mounts. Negative visualization invites you to take a moment and imagine the project failing. Picture the setbacks, the missed opportunity, and the disappointment. While this might seem like a bleak exercise, it serves a critical purpose. By envisioning the failure, you prepare your mind for the possibility. This readiness reduces the fear and anxiety associated with potential failure, as the outcome is no longer a nebulous threat looming on the horizon. In mentally rehearsing what a failed project might look like, you allow yourself to emotionally process and detach from that outcome. You prepare contingency plans, perhaps considering how you might pivot if things don't go as planned. You imagine alternative paths and recognize that while the failure of the project might be disappointing, it does not define your worth or capabilities. This detachment from the outcome and the reduction of fear associated with it, in turn, enables you to approach the task with a clearer mind and a steadier hand. Negative visualization offers valuable psychological benefits. It conditions us to treat success and failure with equanimity, lessening their emotional impact. By facing potential losses head-on, we diminish their ability to cause distress or panic. We come to see obstacles not as disasters but as part of the natural ebb and flow of life, helping us to respond with calm and rationality when challenges arise. Reflect on how this exercise might affect your perspective on potential setbacks in your own life. Consider the areas where fear of failure holds you back. How might engaging in negative visualization bring you a sense of peace or readiness? This practice encourages us to confront our fears, not by living in them, but by diminishing their power through preparation and acceptance. By integrating negative visualization into your daily routine, you align with the Stoic philosophy of reducing attachment to external outcomes and finding peace amidst uncertainty. As you cultivate this mindset, you equip yourself to face life's unpredictable nature with courage and composure. So, as we explore this Stoic exercise, consider how imagining worst-case scenarios might liberate you from the chains of fear and anxiety. How might this practice foster a renewed focus on what truly matters, helping you to navigate life with a sense of detachment and resilience? By embracing negative visualization, you not only honor Stoic wisdom, but also pave the way for a life marked by serenity and strength in the face of life's complexities. Have you ever paused to wonder what lessons nature holds for us? In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to overlook the profound wisdom embedded in the natural world. Yet, for the Stoics, nature was an inexhaustible source of insight and guidance. They believed that by observing nature's patterns, we could glean invaluable lessons about life, resilience, and the art of navigating the uncontrollable. Marcus Aurelius, a towering figure in Stoic philosophy, often mused on the natural world as a model for human conduct. He wrote, "Look at the nature of all things and see how fleeting they are, how little worth." This reflection highlights the Stoic perspective that life, much like nature, is transient and ever-changing. By observing the natural order, we come to understand our own place in the universe and the fleeting nature of our concerns. One of the most vivid metaphors from nature that the Stoics embraced is the cycle of the seasons. Just as winter yields to spring, followed by the warmth of summer and the harvest of autumn, so too do our lives move through their own cycles. These natural transitions teach us about the inevitability of change and the beauty inherent in each stage of life's journey. The seasons remind us that after periods of challenge or dormancy, new beginnings inevitably arise, bringing growth, renewal, and transformation. Imagine the life of a tree throughout the year. In winter, it stands bare and seemingly lifeless, yet its roots are deepening and its structure is preparing for the renewal of spring. With patience and resilience, it endures the harshness of winter, only to blossom gloriously when the conditions are right. This cyclical process offers profound lessons in patience, perseverance, and the understanding that tough times are often precursors to growth and vibrancy. As you reflect on this metaphor, consider what nature teaches you about control. Nature functions effortlessly without human intervention, following its intrinsic rhythms and cycles. We cannot command the rains to fall or the sun to shine. Our influence is limited. Yet, despite this lack of control, nature persists and thrives, adapting to changes with grace and resilience. This realization can lead us to a deeper acceptance of the things in our lives that lie beyond our control, urging us to focus on what we can influence: our responses, our attitudes, and our actions. As you ponder these ideas, ask yourself, what might you learn from the natural world's way of yielding to the present moment, embracing the cycle of change without resistance? How might recognizing these patterns in nature influence your perspective on your own challenges and transitions? By drawing wisdom from nature's example, we align ourselves with the Stoic ideal of living harmoniously within the bounds of what we can control. Nature invites us to embrace our own cycles of growth and change, teaching us to navigate life's ups and downs with acceptance and resilience. So, as you look to nature for guidance, consider how its timeless wisdom might inform your journey. What can the cycles of the natural world teach you about letting go of control and embracing change? By contemplating these lessons, you honor the Stoic tradition and cultivate a mindset attuned to the beauty and complexity of life's natural order. Perspective is a powerful tool, one that can beautifully transform our approach to life's challenges, enabling us to detach from immediate concerns that often seem so consuming. In the whirlwind of daily life, it is easy to become entangled in the minutiae, losing sight of the bigger picture. Yet, the Stoics remind us that a broader view can alleviate stress and illuminate a path toward contentment and resilience. Seneca, a master of Stoic philosophy, insightfully remarked, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This quote underscores the power of perspective. By allowing our minds to amplify concerns, we often manufacture suffering that exceeds actual events. However, by intentionally zooming out and considering the vastness of the universe, we can place our issues within a more expansive context, reducing their emotional grip. Let's explore the concept of maintaining perspective through the lens of a universal scale. Imagine for a moment stepping back and observing your life as a tiny part of the colossal cosmos. On this scale, our day-to-day worries can seem less overwhelming. Consider a common stressor, a disagreement with a friend or colleague. In the heat of the moment, the conflict might feel monumental, but when viewed against the vastness of time and space, it becomes a minor blip, an episode in the grand theater of life. This shift in perspective doesn't belittle our experiences, but rather places them in a broader context, allowing us to approach them with a sense of proportionality and calm. This universal perspective encourages us to see our challenges as transient, reminding us of the impermanence that characterizes both joy and sorrow. Just as the stars in the night sky persist, so too do our opportunities for growth and connection, even when obscured by temporary clouds of frustration or doubt. Consider a recent challenge in your own life. Perhaps it's an ongoing project at work that's been fraught with obstacles or a personal goal that seems frustratingly out of reach. By applying a Stoic perspective, you might view these challenges not as insurmountable barriers but as opportunities to practice patience, learn resilience, and cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself. Ask yourself, how might this situation appear from a universal scale? What lessons can it offer in the grand scheme of your life's journey? Perspective also provides clarity, enabling us to discern what truly matters. When we step back, we can differentiate between core values like integrity, love, and compassion, and the fleeting concerns that often preoccupy our minds. This clarity guides us to make decisions aligned with our deeper beliefs and priorities, fostering a life of authenticity and purpose. As you engage with these Stoic teachings, consider how broadening your perspective might transform the way you navigate life's challenges. What practices can you incorporate to maintain this expansive viewpoint, whether through meditation, journaling, or simply taking a moment to pause and reflect? Each effort contributes to cultivating a Stoic mindset grounded in perspective. In embracing the Stoic art of maintaining perspective, you not only honor a philosophical tradition that spans millennia, but also empower yourself to live with greater peace and equanimity. By inviting a broader view into your life, you pave the way for a journey enriched with clarity, resilience, and a profound appreciation for the wondrous complexity of the world around you. In the ever-accelerating pace of modern life, patience often feels like a luxury we cannot afford. Yet, paradoxically, patience might be one of the greatest gifts we can offer ourselves, especially amidst uncertainty. The Stoics regarded patience not just as a passive waiting, but as an active virtue, a powerful tool in the quest for detachment from the uncontrollable and the impermanent. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher renowned for his practical wisdom, offers an insightful perspective on patience. He said, "No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me you want a fig, I answer you that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen." This quote beautifully captures the essence of patience as a virtuous practice. It reminds us that good things, whether plans, projects, or personal growth, require time and nurture. Consider the role of patience in long-term projects. Imagine embarking on a significant endeavor, such as writing a novel or developing a business. The road ahead is long and fraught with challenges and setbacks. Initial enthusiasm can quickly wane if one is not prepared for the long haul. Here, patience acts as a steady hand guiding us through the process, allowing us to detach from immediate outcomes and focus on the incremental progress. When we cultivate patience, we embrace the journey with acceptance and grace. We recognize that each step, no matter how small, contributes to the overall tapestry of our efforts. This mindset fosters a deeper appreciation for the present moment, enabling us to find joy in the process rather than being fixated solely on the end result. Reflect on personal experiences of impatience. How often have you found yourself restless and frustrated, waiting for results or resolution? Perhaps it was during a time of career transition or when awaiting feedback on a significant project. In these moments, impatience might have clouded your ability to appreciate the gradual unfolding of events, fueling stress and dissatisfaction. To cultivate patience, we might start by practicing mindfulness, being fully present in the moment without judgment. This practice helps us observe our thoughts and emotions without becoming entangled in them. Consider incorporating small acts of mindfulness into your daily routine, such as taking a moment to breathe deeply or appreciating the beauty of nature during a walk. Another useful strategy is setting realistic expectations and breaking down goals into manageable steps. By focusing on one step at a time, we reduce the overwhelming nature of long-term projects and build patience through incremental progress. Celebrating small victories along the way reinforces our commitment and helps sustain motivation. Patience as a Stoic virtue teaches us to release the grip of urgency and accept the ebb and flow of life's natural rhythms. It encourages us to understand that while we may not control the timing of outcomes, we can control our openness to the journey itself. This detachment from immediate results liberates us from unnecessary pressure and fosters a sense of peace. As you consider these insights, ask yourself, in what areas of life could cultivating patience bring greater fulfillment and serenity? How might embracing this Stoic virtue transform your approach to life's uncertainties? By fostering patience, you not only align with the wisdom of the Stoics, but also pave the way for a life marked by resilience, harmony, and a profound appreciation for the art of becoming. Through patience, we learn to trust the timing of our efforts and welcome the unfolding of life with open hearts and steady minds. In the tapestry of human emotions, laughter has long served as a thread of relief and joy. It's a universal language, an instinctive reaction that cuts across cultures and ages, bringing a sense of lightness to even the heaviest of burdens. The Stoics, known for their profound insights into human nature, understood the value of humor not merely as entertainment, but as a vital tool for cultivating detachment and resilience. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king himself, offers a glimpse into this perspective with his reflection on the lightness of being. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. While not directly about humor, this quote invites us to step back from the immediacy of worry and stress, encouraging a perspective that finds joy and wonder even amidst life's uncertainties. It suggests that, like the stars, humor can illuminate the path through darkness. Humor, the Stoics believed, has the transformative power to alter our perception of adversity. It acts as a buffer, a momentary pause that allows us to see situations through a new lens, often diminishing their perceived severity. This shift in perspective is integral to the Stoic practice of detachment, enabling us to tackle challenges with a lighter, more composed mindset. To illustrate, consider the storytelling tradition where humor often plays a central role. Think of a moment when you listened to a tale that, despite its serious undertones, was laced with wit and levity. Perhaps it was a story about a traveler who, despite a series of mishaps, found humor in each setback. These comedic elements do more than elicit laughter. They highlight resilience, the ability to find strength and positivity even when circumstances seem dire. We can take cues from comedic relief in narratives and apply them to our daily lives. Imagine being stuck in an endless traffic jam, a situation ripe for frustration. Rather than succumb to impatience, a humorous approach might involve turning up a favorite song and singing at the top of your lungs, savoring the absurdity of the situation. This act of finding humor in stress not only alleviates tension but also exemplifies Stoic detachment, recognizing that while you cannot control the traffic, you can control your reaction to it. To further this reflection, think about your own life. Are there moments of stress or anxiety where humor could serve as a transformative tool? How might a lighter perspective shift your emotional response, enabling you to approach challenges with creativity and adaptability? By embracing humor, we cultivate a mindset aligned with Stoic philosophy, where detachment from specific outcomes fosters a more grounded and centered existence. This doesn't mean dismissing the gravity of life's challenges, but rather approaching them with an openness to laughter and lightness. As you integrate humor into your daily practices, consider how this perspective might enhance your ability to detach from stress and find joy in unexpected places. By doing so, you not only honor the ancient wisdom of the Stoics, but also enrich your personal journey with resilience, joy, and an enduring appreciation for the beauty of life's unpredictability. In embracing the Stoic appreciation for humor, we learn to face life's complexities with a smile, transforming burdens into opportunities for laughter and growth. So ask yourself, how can you use humor as a tool for detachment, allowing it to guide you through the labyrinth of life's stressors with grace and ease? Through laughter, we find not only relief but also a deeper connection to the resilience that lies within us all. In the midst of life's relentless trials and tribulations, we often find ourselves extending compassion and understanding to others, yet paradoxically withholding that same kindness from ourselves. This reluctance to practice self-compassion is a common human experience, but it's one that the Stoics urge us to reconsider. For the Stoics, self-compassion is not a sign of weakness or indulgence, but a necessary practice in the pursuit of wisdom and resilience. Seneca, one of the most profound Stoic philosophers, poignantly reminds us of the importance of self-kindness with his insightful words, "It is part of the cure to wish to be cured." This quote underscores a crucial aspect of self-compassion: recognition and acceptance of our own humanity and imperfections. To wish to be cured is to acknowledge our struggles and, in doing so, permit ourselves the grace needed to heal and grow. Consider the everyday occurrences where self-compassion could be transformative. Imagine a scenario where you've made a mistake at work, a missed deadline or a miscommunication, which could lead to self-criticism and guilt. In such moments, practicing self-compassion involves recognizing that mistakes are an integral part of the human experience. Instead of berating yourself, a Stoic approach might involve taking a deep breath and allowing room for self-forgiveness. This act of self-kindness doesn't excuse the mistake but acknowledges it, learns from it, and moves forward without the heavy burden of unnecessary guilt. Forgiving personal mistakes is at the heart of practicing self-compassion. It requires the humility to accept that we are not infallible and the courage to learn from our missteps. When we view mistakes as opportunities for learning rather than failures, we cultivate a mindset that is conducive to growth and improvement. This shift not only bolsters our resilience but also enhances our ability to tackle future challenges with greater clarity and composure. Reflect for a moment on your own self-compassion practices. How often do you treat yourself with the same understanding and kindness that you offer to others? Do you allow yourself the space to learn from mistakes without harsh judgment? Consider how embracing self-compassion might change your relationship with your own vulnerabilities and strengths. Evaluating your self-compassion practices involves mindfulness and reflection. A practical exercise might be to pause at the end of each day and review moments where self-compassion could have been applied. Ask yourself, how did I respond to my own mistakes or challenges today? Was I critical or was I understanding? This practice isn't about measuring self-improvement in quantifiable terms, but rather fostering an environment where personal growth is nurtured through kindness. By integrating self-compassion into our lives, we align with Stoic values that prioritize personal development and emotional resilience. It empowers us to face life's inevitable trials with a heart full of understanding, not just for others but for ourselves. Through this practice, we cultivate the inner strength needed to navigate life's complexities with grace and fortitude. As you explore these ideas, I encourage you to consider, how can you incorporate more self-compassion into your daily routine, allowing it to become a guiding force in your journey toward greater resilience and peace? By doing so, you not only honor the wisdom of the Stoics, but also pave the way for a deeper, more meaningful connection with yourself. In this embrace of self-kindness, we find the courage to live authentically and the strength to accept our humanity in all its beautiful imperfection. How often do we truly pause to reflect on our day-to-day experiences and the impact they have on our personal growth? In the whirlwind of modern life, the act of reflection can seem like a luxury, yet it is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, integral to fostering both detachment and self-improvement. The Stoics understood that without reflection, we risk living life on autopilot, reactive rather than proactive, swept along by the current of events rather than steering a deliberate course. Marcus Aurelius, the sage Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, beautifully encapsulates the essence of introspection in his meditations. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. This powerful quote reminds us that our inner world shapes our outer reality, and through reflection, we gain the clarity needed to align our thoughts with our values and aspirations. Daily reflection is a practice that invites us to calmly review our actions, thoughts, and emotions. It is a sacred space where we can evaluate our progress and recalibrate our trajectory, ensuring that our daily actions contribute meaningfully to our personal development. By engaging in regular reflection, we learn to detach from the noise and chaos of the day, centering ourselves and finding peace in the midst of life's uncertainties. Practical tools such as journaling and meditation are invaluable in this reflective process. Journaling offers a tangible way to capture our thoughts and experiences, providing a safe haven for honest self-expression. As we write, we untangle the complexity of our emotions, gaining insight into our motivations and reactions. This practice not only deepens our understanding of ourselves, but also highlights patterns and triggers that may require attention or change. Imagine, for instance, using a journal to reflect on a challenging interaction at work. By documenting the experience, you might uncover underlying emotions or assumptions that influenced your reaction. This awareness allows you to approach similar situations with heightened mindfulness and intentionality, fostering growth and improving communication. Similarly, meditation serves as a powerful tool for reflection. It encourages us to step back, observe our thoughts without judgment, and cultivate a state of inner calm. Through meditation, we practice the art of being present, detached from our thoughts yet mindful of their presence. This practice not only reduces stress, but also enhances our ability to respond to life's challenges with clarity and grace. Reflecting on the benefits of these practices, we recognize that they contribute significantly to personal development. Reflection aids in identifying areas where we excel and those where we might strive for improvement, setting the stage for continuous growth. It encourages us to celebrate our achievements and learn from our missteps, nurturing a mindset of lifelong learning. Moreover, reflection enhances our emotional intelligence, allowing us to understand and regulate our emotions more effectively. As we become more attuned to our internal state, we cultivate empathy and compassion, both for ourselves and those around us. This heightened self-awareness fosters resilience, equipping us to navigate life's ups and downs with a steady heart and a clear mind. As you consider integrating reflection into your own life, ask yourself, how might a daily practice of introspection transform your personal growth and resilience? Could you begin a journaling habit or set aside time for meditation to enrich your journey? By embracing the Stoic practice of reflection, you align with a philosophy that champions intentional living and self-discovery. As you delve into this practice, you not only honor the wisdom of the Stoics, but also cultivate a life marked by depth, clarity, and purposeful progression. In the quiet moments of reflection, you find the insights needed to shape your life with intention, opening the door to a future rich with potential and meaning. It's an all-too-human tendency to fall into the pattern of judging others. Whether it's the stranger on the street, a colleague at work, or even our closest friends and family, our minds often leap to quick conclusions based on first impressions, assumptions, or biases. But Stoicism invites us to pause and examine this instinctive rush to judgment, encouraging a more thoughtful, controlled approach to how we perceive those around us. Epictetus, a revered voice in Stoic philosophy, provides profound insight into the nature of judgments. He reminds us, it is not things themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about these things. This quote serves as a powerful reminder that our perceptions and judgments shape our experiences more than the external events or people themselves do. By recognizing this, we gain the power to alter our inner dialogue and approach the world with a more open and accepting mindset. In today's fast-paced world, social situations often become the breeding ground for snap judgments. Consider the experience of attending a public speaking event. As a speaker steps onto the stage, our initial assessments fire almost involuntarily evaluations based on their appearance, tone of voice, or even their first few words. These judgments can significantly impact not only our reception of their message, but also our overall experience. By allowing these snap judgments to dominate our perspective, we might miss valuable insights or fail to appreciate the depth of what is being shared. However, by practicing Stoic teachings of withholding judgment, we can change this dynamic. Imagine attending the same event with a conscious intention to observe without immediate evaluation. As you listen, notice your initial thoughts and allow them to pass without attachment. This mindful detachment grants the speaker the opportunity to reveal their message in its entirety before forming an opinion, encouraging a richer, more nuanced understanding of their content. Similarly, in everyday social situations, such as a crowded networking event, the ability to withhold judgment can transform interactions. Instead of deciding someone's worth or capabilities within moments of meeting, Stoicism encourages us to engage with curiosity and openness. Rather than judging the person who stands alone at a party, we might consider the courage it takes to attend an unfamiliar event and extend a friendly conversation. This approach not only enriches our social experiences, but also nurtures connections based on empathy and understanding rather than preconceptions. Reflecting on your own habits, how often do you find yourself making quick judgments about others? Are there repeating patterns in these judgments? By analyzing these tendencies, you empower yourself to shift toward a more Stoic practice of acceptance. It's essential to remember that judgments often serve as a protective mechanism, a way to quickly navigate social complexities. However, when unchecked, they can limit our interactions and understanding. Consider engaging in this simple exercise. For a week, take note of every time you catch yourself making a judgment about someone. Record these moments in a journal, along with reflections on why these judgments might have arisen and how they influenced your interactions. This exercise is not about casting blame, but about cultivating awareness and encouraging change towards a more compassionate and open-minded perspective. By limiting judgment of others, we honor the Stoic principle of controlling only what is within our power, our thoughts and perceptions, while fostering a more harmonious and understanding world. This practice not only liberates us from the confines of narrow-mindedness, but also opens the door to richer, more authentic connections with those around us. So, as you journey through your days, how might you practice withholding judgment, allowing others the space to simply be? In doing so, you not only align with Stoic wisdom, but also cultivate a life marked by empathy, patience, and profound understanding. What does fairness mean to you? Is it a principle that guides your actions, or is it a standard you expect from others? In the rich tapestry of Stoic philosophy, justice stands as one of the four cardinal virtues, intricately tied to our perceptions of fairness and our reactions to injustice. The Stoics believed that justice involves not only treating others with fairness and equity, but also maintaining a balanced response to instances where fairness feels absent. Seneca, a luminary among Stoic thinkers, provides a profound insight into the nature of justice and how we might internalize it. He wrote, "Injustice never rules forever." This statement encourages us to understand that while injustice might appear to prevail in the short term, it is ultimately unsustainable. Justice, according to Seneca, prevails when we remain steadfast in our virtue, responding to unfairness with integrity rather than retaliation or despair. To explore the virtue of justice through a Stoic lens, let's consider historical figures whose lives exemplified this principle. Nelson Mandela, an iconic leader known for his commitment to equity and human rights, endured decades of imprisonment under an unjust regime. Rather than allowing the bitterness of injustice to consume him, Mandela chose the path of reconciliation and forgiveness upon his release. This exemplified the Stoic principle of justice, responding to wrongdoing not with vengeance, but with actions that promote healing and understanding. Another remarkable example is Mahatma Gandhi, whose steadfast belief in nonviolence and justice led to significant social and political change. Gandhi's approach to injustice was deeply aligned with Stoic virtues, focusing on peaceful resistance and the moral high ground. His life's work exemplified how justice can be pursued with dignity and without succumbing to anger or aggression. Reflecting on these figures prompts us to turn the lens inward. How do we respond to perceived injustices in our own lives? The anger or frustration stemming from unfair treatment can be powerful, often tempting us towards immediate retaliation or resentment. Yet, Stoicism guides us to pause, assess, and choose a path that aligns with virtue rather than emotion. Picture a common scenario: encountering unfair treatment at work, such as being overlooked for a promotion due to office politics. The initial response might be one of anger or bitterness, emotions that can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive decisions. A Stoic approach, however, invites us to redirect our focus from the injustice itself to how we might respond constructively. This might involve engaging in open dialogue with decision-makers, seeking feedback to improve, and maintaining professionalism and virtue despite frustrations. By practicing the Stoic virtue of justice, we learn to navigate life's inequalities with grace. We become architects of fairness in our interactions, ensuring that our actions reflect our commitment to equity and integrity, regardless of how others behave. This discipline strengthens our character and fosters environments where fairness can flourish naturally. As you contemplate the virtue of justice in your own life, consider how you might embody this principle in the face of perceived unfairness. What strategies can you employ to ensure your responses uphold Stoic values? Reflect on how these practices could transform not only your personal interactions, but also contribute to a more just and equitable world. By understanding and applying the Stoic virtue of justice, we not only honor a timeless philosophical tradition, but also empower ourselves to engage with the world in ways that promote fairness, understanding, and enduring positive change. Through justice, we find the strength to rise above injustice, guided by the principles of wisdom, courage, and benevolence. As we draw our journey through Stoic philosophy to a close, it's time to reflect on the profound themes of detachment and control that have woven through our exploration. At the heart of Stoicism lies a simple yet transformative truth. While we cannot control the world around us, we do have mastery over our own minds and actions. This ancient wisdom invites us to channel our energy inward, allowing us to find clarity and peace amidst life's chaos. We began our exploration with a quote from Marcus Aurelius, who reminded us of the power within our minds. This compass of thought guided us through various Stoic exercises, each offering a unique way to cultivate detachment from what we cannot control and nurture a deeper connection with our inner selves. Whether it was the practice of cognitive reframing or the art of embracing change, each principle underscored the power of perspective and the resilience that emerges from it. In daily life, these practices are more than philosophical musings. They are practical tools that can transform our approach to challenges and enhance our personal growth. By applying the dichotomy of control, we learn to differentiate between what is within our power and what is not, focusing our efforts on actions that truly matter. This not only reduces stress but also fosters a sense of empowerment and serenity. The Stoic exercise of negative visualization helps us prepare for life's uncertainties, reducing anxiety about the unknown. By contemplating potential challenges, we strengthen our ability to face them with grace, acknowledging their transience and embracing the lessons they bring. Likewise, the practice of mindfulness and detachment encourages us to engage with the present moment, finding joy and clarity in the here and now. As we reflect on these teachings, it becomes clear that Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or denying our humanity. Rather, it's about cultivating a balanced mindset that embraces both joy and sorrow with equanimity, fostering a life of purpose and resilience. To inspire ongoing reflection and encourage us to weave these lessons into the fabric of our lives, let's turn to a final motivational quote from Epictetus. "No person is free who is not master of themselves." This powerful reminder calls us to seek self-mastery, to become stewards of our own thoughts and actions. It invites us to live not as victims of circumstance, but as architects of our own destinies. As we conclude, I encourage you to apply these Stoic principles in your own life. Engage with them, reflect upon them, and observe the shifts they bring to your daily experiences. Consider discussing your insights and experiences with others in the community. Share your thoughts in the comments, join dialogues, and subscribe for more explorations of wisdom that can guide us toward a life of clarity and peace. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stoic philosophy. May these timeless teachings illuminate your path, guiding you toward a life where you find strength in detachment and peace in the mastery of your own mind. Until next time, continue to reflect, engage, and grow with the wisdom that has endured.